product to you. People went crazy for it. Well, guess what? The price went down. So that's a good thing for you. It is called YardX. This is the multi-garden tool. I picked up one of these. I absolutely love it because you know what? I don't have a lot of room for all these different tools. It does pretty much everything. All right. It is a edger. It's a cutter. It's a weeder. It's a hoe, a fork, a rake, a scraper, a hook, a tamper, whatever you need it to be, it will adjust, and it's all in one. It has a little crank system up top, heavy duty, that adjusts the angle. So when you're using it to weed, or if you're using it as a tamper, whatever it is, and there's how you change it, it is ideal. Yvette Lopez is here. She's gonna take you on a tour of this guy, and I will tell you,
I don't need all this stuff anymore.
One of the best made tools I've ever seen. This thing is so heavy duty, unbelievable. And it's going to take the place of all those other handled rakes and things that you don't need.
All that mess that you just saw. This is the hottest multi-use gardening tool out there right now, and totally I can see why. Look how lightweight this is. This is 3 pounds, but don't let this fool you. It's a beast. This was invented by a landscaper of over 38 years, so he could make his job easier. So this is fiberglass. This is a hardened steel head. This will not rust. You're not gonna have that issue. And then it's reinforced with screws and bolts. But here is where all the technology lies. You have a 180-degree rotating hinge. When you loosen that thumb nut, watch what happens. That tool head now rotates 180 degrees. It goes from one tool to another. So if you have your flower planter that, say it looks like this, and you have some weeds and you have some plants, so all you need to do, I just created a hoe with this. Not only a hoe, but a hoe that fits my height, my 5'6" height. If you were gonna do it at 6'3", you'd adjust it differently. So then all I have to do is come in here. I can get a dead plant out. I get in there. If I have roots, this is gonna cut right through a root. Look at me getting all of these weeds out of there. But you know what's great? If I wanna then rake this up, do I have to go get a rake somewhere?
No, sir.
I turn it right over. I have my rake. I can rake right through everything. If I want to come over here and I want to spread out my mulch, no problem, right? I can spread out my mulch. And you know what I love about the rake tines is that it's 7 inches across. So if you have a small area, it's, you know, you can get in there. You can get in there. These are so strong. If you want to get in there and spread out your rocks.
You don't need to baby this thing.
You can do it with that.
Right.
And then you can dig. You want to dig a hole. I have a fresh plant right there that we can just go ahead.
Pop it in. And
pop it in. And do you ever have to bend down? Do you have to bend down or do anything like that? You don't. There you go. Look at that. All of that. Now, what if I wanted to edge this, right? Do I have to go get an edger? No. All I do, I rotate right here. Now, this is going to fall. And now, look at that, right perpendicular to the ground.
And you're locking it back into place.
I lock it right into place. I have an edger. If I want to come along here,
yeah, see, I love it. That's the one that I use. I like it as the edger. I keep it like that most of the time to edge around my garden beds and things like that. It only weighs about 3 pounds in your hand.
That's it.
But don't be confused. All the weight is actually, you know, in the head down here.
Yeah.
Where you've got heavy-duty steel construction. It'll adjust so you can turn it whatever angle that you want. But to just have one thing to have to carry around in your garden is perfect. It's great. I'll tell you, this is the best weeding tool that I own. I love, because it's a heavy duty metal rake, but I don't need the big long metal rake. I just want to get in there and take weeds out.
It's easier. It's easier to use that. And you know, I have a piece of sod here because I want to show you just how strong this is. I mean, this is a thick piece of sod, and as soon as they finish it, well, there you go. You're seeing it right there, all the different jobs. Look at how it cuts through those roots.
Don't baby it.
And Guy, it does. I mean, I've been using this at home, one tool, and it just cuts through. It's amazing because it's so light and compact and easy to use. You wouldn't think so. But take a look right here. We have a piece of sod, and you know, I mean, this is a little extreme for demonstration, although some of my neighbors actually looks like this.
Yeah.
And then you just, again, we have it now. We have it as an edger, and all you do is you go in there.
Cut right through it.
Look at that.
Yep. And you can hear it. And don't worry about it banging into rocks or
Look at
stones or
that.
any of that stuff. Nice job.
Look at that.
You want to come over to my house and do that?
If it can cut a piece of Florida sod like that, you better believe you're going to be able to go and you're going to give it that nice professional edge right along your sidewalk, right along your planters. But okay, what if you want to aerate? Do you own an aerator?
No.
You do if you have the YardX, because all you do, again, this is how easy. You rotate it. Now those tines are facing the ground, right?
Yep.
Lock it into place. And you know what? I can get right in there. Now I can aerate my soil. I'm gonna promote better health here. But you know, the thing is, you haven't seen me bend down. You haven't seen me go somewhere else to get another tool. This is all you need. It does so many jobs. It's light. You know, we talk about sometimes our parents that are older.
Yeah.
I have a mom in her 80s, and she really does love to garden, but it can be taxing on your body. It really can.
Well, if you have to carry out, and we can show you all these different things that we have here. If you have to carry out a hoe and a rake and a shovel and an edger and a cutter and all that, you know, otherwise you just take this out to the garden. Look, those are all the different things. And there's even more uses that we don't even touch on, that because there's so many things you could use this for.
Here's a scraper.
Yeah,
I just adjusted it as a scraper.
You'll use this more than any other tool, because it's like every other. I mean, it's every other tool all in one. And the fact that you can get it today, and by the way, we lowered the price from the original price. It's down to $53.99. We have the lowest price anywhere in the marketplace to get this item.
Absolutely.
And you get it shipped out to your house, and then you can try it out. And by the way, it's not just for experienced gardeners. If you're just breaking into gardening, this is a tool that you're going to need. Whether it's preparing your beds, you know. And I know we're later in the season, so now what you're going to be doing is maybe clearing out your beds, maybe getting rid of the dead growth that's out there.
Absolutely.
Getting your soil ready for fall, and you know, because then planting season will come again, and it's going to enable you to clean things up and do it. I love the fact that you can adjust the angle, because you know, some people are tall, some people aren't so tall. So if you're a shorter person and you don't need that angle, you know, as abrupt as you would if you were tall, you can adjust that as well. If you're even trying to move things like rocks or stones or debris, it's strong enough to wedge those out of the ground. You would be afraid to do that with one of them wooden shovels, because you might break the dang thing. You're never gonna break this handle. This handle is pretty much a forever handle.
It is.
It's not gonna rust.
No, that's the great thing. This is fiberglass. It's not wood. So it is forever handle. This will not rust. And again, I want you to watch again how easy this transforms. That's all you have to do is twist this, and then that tool head drops. You get whatever tool you want.
You can't do that. You can't do that with any of the other things there that you have there. You couldn't do it with a shovel. You can't do it with a rake. You know, the hoe or whatever. What is that? What's that little half rake thing? That's like a weeder, right? That little half rake thing.
Yeah.
This thing, what is that? I mean,
absolutely.
Why would you even buy something like that? It does one job.
How many, you have all these tools, and then where do you put them? I was just in New York this weekend, and there's a lot of
for planting,
small spaces, small little spaces. And what if you have, you know, a small place? This takes up the footprint of what, a broom, maybe? That's it. That's all you need. And this does all of those jobs. Oh, there you go. Very nice.
It's all right.
Very nice.
And then I can get that soil and just kind of move it around like that. And again, to your point, and then at the end, look, same tool.
Same.
Pat it all down. Watch this. And guess what?
You know
that planting. Look at that,
I hope they don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna knock this off. Is that okay? Because I want to get it off to make this look nice.
But if honestly, the number one thing, weeding. I love this thing as a weeder.
Yeah.
Because those tines are long enough to get down underneath the weeds, and I hate bending over and pulling weeds. I don't mind planting so much because I'm like, that's part of gardening. But I don't want to have to bend over to dig the hole. This will dig the hole.
Yeah.
This will tamp down the soil. This will even help to incorporate your fertilizer and things like that.
Yeah.
Just put your fertilizer out there and just rake it in with this.
And I love that actually it's an aerator, it's an edger.
Yeah.
You saw me scraping, but you know what was important about that scraping? Because I've used it so much, I know that my angle, my comfortable angle for scraping is right there. You know that you can adjust this up to 14 different adjustments just within this area. So I'm 5'6". What I want you to see is, if I'm scraping, this is, let's say, ergonomically correct for me, right? But for you, you would adjust it differently, because when we're gardening and we're out there for a couple of hours, if we're bending over, or if we're using a tool that's too big for us, that's when you start getting those aches and pains. This, Guy, I think this is the only tool I know out there that you can actually adjust it to fit your height.
Yeah.
And the different jobs.
Every one of these other ones is a fixed angle.
Yeah.
So if you're not tall enough or for whatever it is, or you're not strong enough,
right.
You're gonna have issues with all those. This is a universal tool that everybody can use. So whether you're male, female, tall or short, whatever it is, this is gonna work around what your sort of lifestyle in the garden will be. And it does everything. You know, I mean, again, think about this. This is an edger, cutter, weeder, hoe, fork, rake, scraper, hook, does more than that, tamper, does all those things. But if you just bought it as a weeder, I'm telling you, the thing is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
$53.99 is our price. It's available on FlexPay. Get it home. Take advantage of $20 off with a brand new HSN credit card today. You'll love it. Hey, a quick reminder. Yeah, what am I reminding him of, Kyle? Kyle said, quick reminder. I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay.